Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today I wanted to share a little bit about what we've been up to lately. This weekend we focused mainly on cutting firewood. We also started adding a loft to his shop, and we also started adding shelving storage for our duck run. We spent a whole day cutting and stacking firewood. It took us about 9 hours for Carlos to cut the wood and me to drag it up the hill. Getting ready for the cooler months here is something that you really have to think ahead of time for, because it will come quick. So we really knew we needed to buckle up and finally prepare the wood. This weekend we also started a really big project in the shop. We started adding a loft. This is going to give us more storage space, which is huge when you're trying to organize tools, wood, and supplies before the seasons change. Once fall comes and the rain starts coming in, we want to be able to keep things dry and keep the projects moving indoors. We also have to start moving his tools, and it's going to be a lot easier to organize his tools when we can have a place to put them until we organize the shop. Now, I have to tell you about the catastrophe that was the duck shelf install. My husband was really busy working on his own project when I casually mentioned that I really need a shelf to keep the duck food out of the weather. To my surprise, about 10 minutes later, he dropped what he was doing and started building it. Sounds sweet, right? Well, let's just say the process was more of a comedy show than a smooth install. There were boards falling. We had trouble getting it in. It was really funny. We definitely laughed a lot. Wasn't sure at one point if it was even going to end up the right direction. But in the end, the ducks now have a proper spot for their food. And when it rains really hard, their food buckets won't be on the floor. Because these things are supposed to be weatherproof, but I can tell from experience that I did have one get wet before, and it definitely did spoil all the food that was in it. So they're not completely sealable like you think they would be. So that's where we're at right now. The wood pile is growing. Loft started going up in the shop. And I have a duck shelf that's functional, even if it came with a little bit of drama. So thanks for hanging out with us today. And if you are interested in seeing more things, please subscribe. In the near future, we will be putting up the garage door and also putting down some rubber mat for the floor. And he's obviously got to finish building the loft. Those are the next big things on the list for the shop.